Gigi. Hi. I, I just noticed that they had updated the something that I wanted for a long time. Because like whenever I crash on this game, I go back to this page and then my email address will be seen. They finally managed to censor it. Hey Chip. Yeah, it does work. Hey, wait, what works? What you mean? Yung yung lock? Gumana ba yung lock sa'yo? Let's go! Yun ba yung meaning nun?
I was born on the day of the full moon. That's why my mother named me Yu.
Sana tama ako ng pagka-interpret.
Hey, ma'am. May I ask for a few days off?
No day off. Bawal mag-day off.
Dialing Xiangliang isn't an order. It's a communication. Like knocking on someone's door before entering. Oh.
I have like 30 pools.
Hang your clothes immediately.
But no, we are saving. No. We are saving. Fofa tutu, my dear. Ha? Hindi pwede mag-pull. Grabe naman kasi. Di uuwi. Bakit hindi uuwi? Bakit hindi uuwi? Ha? Why do you say that? Uwi yan. Nasa pool na ata si Fatuto. Wala pa. I mean, last time na nagtingin ako, wala pa si Fatuto. Teka. Pero Chip, gumana ba sa'yo yung yung lock? Sino ba? Kanino ka ba nag-pull? Sa kanya ba? Shattered product. Kay Aleph. Tinga. Wala pa. Kakanya, J. Merget, Tuesday, Argus, Lopera, Willow, Flutter page pa lang. Wala pa si Fatutu. Baka next patch pa. Or 2 more patch. Syempre. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Kaso na pa battle pass ng Dios. Kay Aleph ka ba nag-pull? Ano ba si Aleph? Ano nga yung ganyan? Intel. Ano nga yan?
Your visits are always unexpected.
Hello, ma'am.
Intellect.
Your visits are always unexpected.
Impromptu unit.
Door knocking is more of a formality.
Hindi ko gets ano yung mga ganyan-ganyan. Nagpupulang kasi ako kung sino yung trip ko. Ayan, tingnan mo. Ay, tapos na pala si Semmelweis.
Welcome. You appear to have come in a hurry. Hello, ma'am. I'm writing a report on the critter bra at Dr.
Actually, hindi ko nga sana kukunin si Liang Yu eh. Kaso, yung sa free na 10 sa free na 10 pulls, nakuha ko siya. Eh, sabi ko ay mas maganda daw kasi siya pag may portrait 1. So, yun, nag-pull na lang ako pang portrait 1. Anong meaning ng impromptu unit? Masaya impromptu. Try mo yung survey niya. Na-try ko kahapon yung survey. Actually siya, like, si Barcarola, grabe, OP. Sabi ko, uy, Ang galing-galing naman. Para saan tong old ticket? Can call the fond memories of past journeys. Redeemable at rewards revisited at Miracle Mart. Hindi ko alam yan. Binili ko lang. Para saan ba yun? Saan na yan? Go na tayo. Ano na, kahapon, part 10 lang tayo. So, ngayon, try natin tapusin. Barcarola, isa din sa mga core ng impromptu. Masakit, investment ng impromptu. Miracle Mart, parang mga rila ng rewards. Teka nga. Ay, bakit sa warehouse? Bubo. Ano bang laman ng warehouse ko? Okay. Miracle Mart. Rewards revisited. Mga garments? Ay, hindi. Hindi naman garments. Saan, ano to? Saan ka nakakuha nan? Saan nakakuha yung glowing strand? So, pwede mo palang kunin to. Garment from the past U2 events. U2? Is it U2? U2? UTTU? Glowing strand, bibil mo ng currency. So pwede like, itong 2K gamitin mo. Yan. May iba bang, meron pa bang pinanggagamitan yung ano? Wala naman pala. O di pwedeng kunin to. Sayang naman. Binili. Cutie naman din kasi ni Eagle dito.
The BSA number? I am so sorry.
Pretty lang. Ay ko titog.
Ma'am, I hang your clothes
Anyway.
immediately after taking them off and iron them before wearing them.
Go na tayo. Part 11. Alam ko yung skin name is Mason. Hindi ko nakita yun. Hala, yung dog. Dog! Hindi ba yung aso? On the stage, Octavia remains the picture of serenity as she orchestrates the Congress.
Miss Recoleta, as a witness to the Congress, you have the right to express your doubts calmly.
Listen, you...
She recalls the complaints of her two former companions, the jailer's dismissals, and the confused expressions of every editor she has ever faced. If she were to lay out every detail of her novel here and now, she would only get the same response.
No, it's nothing. It's just that I'd like to participate in the dice rolling ceremony. May I?
Isa sa best ng U2 skin rewards. You know what? I'm too lazy that I only have like probably never finish an U2 thing. Because like whenever my team cannot auto it, I stop, you know. Hello, Green.
Of course. The very fact that you're standing here in the Panopticon proves that you share a common fate with it.
Recoleta surveys the persons waiting to cast their die. Their expressions are serene, untroubled, calmly awaiting their fate. The joys and misfortunes of those before them do not affect the long, winding queue in the slightest. She takes a deep breath.
It doesn't matter when I roll the die, since the rolls are simply a reflection of the randomness of fate, right?
Precisely.
Then I'd like to perform my role after the 27th inmate. Is that alright?
As you wish, Miss Recoleta.
Okay. Ay, may laban pala. Ano bang team ni ating Recoleta? You know what? I think I forgot to do her survey because like I think I did the what did I do? I did her like event first, like because her mini game was fun. It's like I think it's one of the mini game that I did not look for a guide. Because usually when they do like mini games in events like stories of the characters, I have to like check the internet for help.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry.
Ay, auto lang natin kasi I'm too lazy. Oh, may dice. Ano to? A random enemy dice. Uy!
It could be info the lens.
Oh wait, I think I did her survey. I think I did. Nothing happens.
In todos los momentos. A truly villainous moment. Nuestra adversario es el tiempo.
Hey, Beast Blank. Deal 1 damage to random enemy, triggers 4 times.
No, but it could be found.
Ay.
Please. Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
Too strong, man. But I can't remember what her ult looks like.
It seems fate favors you, Miss Recoleta. Here are your supplies. Please be sure to follow the distribution rules of the Congress. This is an essential structure of Comala, and a belief shared by all its inmates. Honor it.
Don't do drugs. It's their medicine, though. They have soap.
Just as I suspected. These supplies belong to me now, Octavia. I'm free to use them however I please.
Recoleta strides toward Eduardo, who has curled up in the distant corner, clutching his head as his body trembles in silence.
Here, Eduardo. Take them.
Recoleta team, Recoleta, Melania, Euphoria 4, Pickles, Euphoria 4, sustain. Yeah, that's so expensive. I don't even have Melania. It's so sus. It looks like jelly.
But I haven't fulfilled my destiny yet. These precious tablets and capsules, I can't accept them. They are gifts from fate. The die has placed them in your palm.
But I don't need them. You do.
Thank you, kind senorita.
I think he's gonna die. The prisoner's trembling stops. He blankly pinches his arm, as if trying to distinguish reality from dream. Then, all at once, he snatches the medication from her hands and shoves it into his mouth.
Eduardo, what's wrong? Are you taking the medicine right now? There's no need to rush. There's plenty of it. You can have it all.
Por Dios, Eduardo! How could you squander fate's gifts like this? Kind señorita, please, give me the medication. I need it more than anyone else.
No, I'm the one who needs the most. Give me the medication. I beg of you.
Oh no,
With the protection
chaos.
of these amulets, I might finally be able to get a peaceful night's sleep. No more trembling floors and wailing ghosts.
The prisoner shove and struggle, countless hands reaching toward the hapless writer, trying to snatch the small round pills of salvation.
Enough! Enough!
A blue glow spreads through the room, forcing the prisoners to clutch their heads and fall down to their knees. The riot comes to an abrupt halt.
You shouldn't have done that, Miss Recoleta. Your ignorant generosity could shatter the very basis of our survival.
She steps toward Eduardo, now writhing in pain, and picks up a few stray capsules scattered at his feet. The pills dissolve into a stream of voided sand, vanishing as it pours through her fingers.
We have never had such chaos at the Congress. Understand this. We rely only on the randomness of fate to distribute supplies and assign responsibilities. If you disrupt the status quo, the entire system of the Panopticon will collapse beyond repair. It is only by respecting the arbitrariness of fate and adhering to the rules of the Die of Babylon that we have kept this place functioning all this time.
The Die of Babylon? Tell me, how did you know this name? Are you the one orchestrating this whole thing?
Recoleta, equally confused and furious, grabs the hostess's collar.
¿Podría ser? ¿Eres Aleph? ¿Tal como sospechaba Verdun?
Let go of me, Miss Recoleta. Have you gone mad? The role of the die is absolutely random. I'm not orchestrating anything. Before the Congress began, I made an oath. I intend to keep it.
Please, calm down, Miss Recoleta. I think she's telling the truth.
She lets go of her grip as the reality of their situation dawns on her.
Sorry, Octavia, but please, you have to tell me how you learned about the Die of Babylon.
Kailangan ko din. Ano yung kailangan mo, Chip? Ako, Benz! Hindi pwede quiet, hello.
I must know. Only my pen pal and I should have any knowledge about this die.
I heard about it from the physician. He described it as a symbol of collective consciousness.
I
We could
didn't.
harness to maintain immaculate order in the Panopticon. The Comala Congress was coined, iterated, and perfected by the physician based on this concept.
The physician again. Everything eventually leads back to him. Just as we suspected.
I see.
Ah, sigh. Recoleta cast her eyes over to the silent jaguar, who had remained orderless from beginning to end, watching it all unfold.
Jailer, we have to meet with the physician in person. Now.
As I've told you many times, Dr. Merlin is too busy at the moment. I couldn't possibly trouble him over a novel and a pen pal. They are just fantasies.
Couldn't you make an exception? What if they're not just fantasies? What if they're tied to the very survival of this place? Miss Recoleta said the Panopticon could collapse because of the Die of Babylon.
Are you seriously telling me you believe that nonsense?
It wasn't nonsense, nor are they fantasies. You saw with your own eyes how I won the die roll.
It was just a coincidence.
The jailer's words are at odds with the subtle motions of her eyes and face. The Foundation's investigator sees in a prime opportunity to apply
What
pressure.
if we present you with stronger evidence? To prove it's more than just a coincidence. If everything in the Panopticon proceeds according to Miss Recoleta's novel as she says, she should be able to predict what happens next.
I like this part of the story. I'm scored. From Dawn Servant to Jailer. Grabe yung ni Wuklamat.
Including the roll results of the absolutely random die.
That's right. The Die of Babylon isn't random at all. It's nothing but a supercilious fraud veiled under the guise of fate, and an actor of the inescapable loop of history. And not one of you is paying attention to me whatsoever. Ugh, to hell with this era of ignoring unknown writers.
Miss Recoleta, please make your prediction for the next inmate's die roll. This way, you can prove to Miss Jailer the irrefutable connection between Kamala and your novel, The Rise and Fall of Sanity.
I finally remembered its name! Oh, what sweet balm to my spirit.
Miss Octavia, please continue the Congress and let the next inmate perform their role. Then Miss Recoleta's statement will be proven true.
The hostess of the Congress remains non-committal.
I appreciate the reminder. No matter the interruption, the Comala Congress must go on. Though not for Miss Recoleta's sake, of course. Next inmate, please.
Following the die's designated order, the next prisoner steps forward to
Hello,
row.
inmate Garcia. You know what to do.
You know what to do.
Of course.
Oh my god! Oh, it's him. I forgot his name is Garcia.
La sexta cara. Un pilar roto. El flujo de la fortuna y la calamidad. So the result of the next roll will be a 6.
Her prophetic precision plunges the hall of new encounters into breathless
As
silence.
fate reveals, The number is 6.
Just as Miss Recoleta predicted.
That could still be a coincidence. Do it again.
Do it again.
La 13ª cara. Una cadencia desconcertante, sin un verdadero principio ni fin. La 4ª cara. Un hombre que se ahogaba usó el último de sus fuerzas para nadar a la seguridad. La 17ª cara. Cojeaba hacia el distante oasis, solo para que la débil humedad y la inquietante quietud. La 6ª cara. Otro pilar roto con grietas idénticas a la última. Confirmó la hipótesis de la investigadora de paracausalidad. Este lugar solía ser un edificio circular. Is that enough? I've almost finished the entire chapter.
It's not possible.
One coincidence after another begins to stir into an uproar. Hello, Amanisaya. The coincidences appear endless. Damyo? What?
I'm sorry if this comes as a shock to you, but I did warn you, Octavia. Now it's proven.
No! The fudge! Wait lang. My memory is fine though. What the fuck? What's Rule 35? Yeah, but they finally managed to censor your email. I'm happy with that. Gundam? What?
Hello, ma'am. Hang your clothes immediately after taking them off and iron them before wearing.
Wait, natapos ba natin yung chapter 10? Ay, oo, kahapon, di ba? Nakalimutan na. Chapter 11.
It seems fate favors you, Miss. Here are your supplies. Please be sure.
What's
to-
Rule
These
35?
supplies belong
We don't even have that much rules.
here, Eduardo.
But are these precious tablets?
But I don't need them.
Thank you.
With the protection.
You sure your ignorant generosity could shut? We have navigated this route only by respecting.
How did you know this?
But let go of me. The role of the die is absolute.
Please. I must know.
I heard Komala Congress
physician there.
Jailer, we have
As I've told, I couldn't possibly.
Couldn't you make it? What if they're not just Miss Recoleta's?
Are you seriously telling
It
me?
wasn't nonsense.
It was just a coincidence.
What if we present everything, including the
Tapos ano, dalawang page na lang pala yung ano.
This way. You finally remembered its
So,
name.
bago siya nag-crash. What naman?
I am next inmate, please. Hello, inmate.
Of course.
La sexta cut. So the result.
As fate
Justice Miss.
That could.
Do it again.
La décima, la cuarta, la décima, la sexta. Is that an?
Okay, I think we're nearly there.
Who are you?
Now it's proven.
Have you been sent here by some god? Or are you a hobby prophet?
What's a hobby prophet?
Have you brought this knowledge to save us? Or to shatter our beliefs? our world.
A question destined never to need an answer. She lets her eyes fall into the cardboard box and onto the 20-sided die. The ridiculousness of its nature becomes starkly invisible.
What is this thing in my hand? What are we? What is this prison?
I don't know if it's some kind of sorcery or arcane skill, but it's unfathomable. I'll take you to the physician. Not because of your earlier request, but because the situation has escalated beyond my means. The overseer of the Panopticon will decide how to handle your situation.
To be honest, Miss Recoleta, I wasn't sure you'd be able to correctly predict everything.
Timekeeper, are you saying that you risked everything on a hunch?
It worked, didn't it?
Come with me. Dr. Merlin's office is in the central tower.
En la sexta versión de mi novela, todos en el pueblo mueren a causa del dado de Babilonia. Porque solo la muerte puede cerrar el ciclo de la historia. Y carcelero, eres el empleado del banco, ¿verdad? Entonces, al final, también sufrirás un colapso como el empleado del banco, cuando se da cuenta de que él y el pescador de dunas son la misma persona. If all of this is tied to the rise and fall of sanity, then, as its creator, I will get to the bottom of this.
Pwede ka naman lobotomize. Hoy, hindi naman ako balew. After that, I attended several more literary salons and wrote things I had never dared write before. Miss Octavia, however, never made an appearance. I didn't see her for quite some time. That was until I followed some prisoners to a large hall and heard her voice among a group of unfamiliar inmates. She noticed me and greeted me warmly. She told me she had been working on some new initiatives. She told me of her hopes to gather more support, to improve conditions in the prison, and initiate a spiritual shift toward realism and resistance. I truly believed back then that everything was heading in the right direction. Doris node ka pa. Before all eyes, the host of the assembly, the idealist, steps up to the podium. By the randomness of fate, we have gathered here to participate in the Komala Congress. Before the eyes of destiny, historians, and astrologers alike, I now declare a new rule amendment. A duel before a crowd of eager eyes, the winner awarded 10 pounds of gold and the loser left with 10 flies to descend upon him. Before the Komala Congress convenes, we shall assign 2 members of La Sociedad this noble mission, a duel decreed by fate. Doris hears a faint clink of small object rattling inside a box. Jose, Julio, step forward and draw the sharpest blade of your literary thought. According to the rules, I will preside over this duel with fairness and impartiality. Now prepare yourselves. Why them, though? The absurd fictional metaphysical duel ends with a fraction of a second. The victorious prisoner receives 10 shining golden pills, while the loser collapses to the floor. The crowd erupts into chaos, Octavia's cries rising above the noise.
What's going on?
Mr. Julio, he's having another seizure.
Miss Erd, please, Julio needs your help.
Octavia, you know this is all part of the randomness of fate. The randomness of fate? She doesn't argue back as she usually would. Instead of she stands frozen in place as if stunned. What's the matter, Miss Octavia? This is an emergency. I require your assistance. Answer me, Octavia. Why are you trying to change Julio's fate? Because no one should die like this.
I don't want him to die.
Please, Miss Octavia, help me so I can help him.
Her voice cracks, leaving only the sound of her stifled sobs lingering in the air. What's wrong, Miss Octavia? How's his condition now? Miss Octavia? She remained silent. After a long pause, she cast a heavy stone into the bottomless water. Miss Erd.
Mr. Julio is gone. He left us the moment the duel was over.
Wait, wasn't he alive when we saw him? Who did we see then? How could that be? Seizures can potentially lead to irreversible brain damage, but how could it happen so fast? A precious life, gone so quickly, swept away by something so senseless, lost in a nonsensical duel. What exactly is this so-called Congress? Some kind of punitive system unique to Komala prison? But how can someone's life be decided by something so absurd? Are we simply meant to surrender to a fate so twisted no matter how absurd it is? Is it so irrefutable? This isn't a fate I seek, it's a distortion of it. It's my fault for not finding a better way. I used to think Mr. Julio didn't care about anything but his own novels. I never imagined my ideals would mean anything to him. But he was the first person in La Sociedad to support me. But that really was an irreversible fate. A fate granted to Mr. Julio by the Die of Babylon. The Die of Babylon? Her question is left unanswered. The host of the salon goes on. Julio has stepped off the endless staircase and reached the silent water. He has become as calm water, dissolved into his own pond. Let us offer our blessings and our silence, our farewell to this martyr of fate. And let us imagine that Julio's literary career was a happy one. The hall remains deathly silent. No applause, no response.
A life is taken, and that's all you have to say?
You really don't care whether we live or die, do you, idealist? And all of you? Don't you have anything to say? Why are all you just standing there? If we hadn't kept rejecting the physician's treatment, maybe Mr. Julio wouldn't have... Rejecting? How ridiculous. You have no clue what that demon in human skin is capable of. How he'll reach into your mind and mold it like clay, reshaping it until it becomes your prison. In the realm of fiction, fate, and reality, the dissolution of the ego is inevitable and irreversible. Therefore, we must not resist the ending dealt to us by the Die of Babylon. I'm so confused! Do you even know what you're talking about? I've never truly understood you, idealist. I will find a better way. I must rewrite this tragic tale. If you disagree, then leave the La Sociedad. I will not have our great poem disrupted by an offbeat syllable. Besides, your teacher's talk of social responsibility should have been purged long ago. Modern Latin America belongs to visceral realism, and you're too ignorant to even attempt to seek it out.
What a ridiculous, laughable man you are!
Yes, I see it clearly now. It is your tyranny that has driven everyone to ruin. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not leaving. I will establish a new literary movement right here in Comala. Right here in La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. And we will use our literature to rescue the inmates who suffer all around us.
I've had enough of your condescending stone-hearted ego and your pompous sophistry. You only bring misfortune upon us with his constant rambling about that visceral realism.
I hope I never see you again. Miss Erd, we have to get you out of here. Another second round, this maniac would just doom us all. Might just doom us all.
Only the physician, the true overseer of this prison, can save us from this situation. Please join our society, Miss Torres.
Help us build the renewed Sociedad de Poetas together. I've already spoken with the jailer. As long as we follow the rules and help them manage Komala, we'll be free to discuss literature. Wait lang, let me move my model. There. Is it fine if I place it there? Probably, yeah.
Forgive me, Miss Octavia. While I truly appreciate your kind offer, I'm afraid my conversation with the physician must remain private.
Why?
Please answer me this question first. From what you've seen, you'd say this prison is particular in shape, yes?
Yes.
Then tell me, at the center of this structure, is there a watchtower? But impossible. You guessed it exactly, and our destination is somewhere inside that watchtower. How do you know?
I've had such a lovely time here. So much so that I almost forgot what I came for.
Which is precisely why I must put an end to this cruel farce masquerading as fate. Do you intend to rebel against the watchtower's gaze, just like the idealist? You must understand you, Miss Octavia.
That inescapable gaze,
And
the
the
permanent theme of fate.
To get closer to the truth I seek, I have no choice but to meet the administrator that young lady spoke of.
You've decided to save the people here with your own hands, in your own way, and so have I. There are things I must face alone.
Though she's well used to death, the pain of Julio's passing still lingers in her heart, causing her to say these words that don't quite feel like herself.
I see. Lend me your palm. I'll draw you the wedding office. Good luck to you. And to all of us.
Farewell, Miss Octavia. I truly hope all goes well for you in the days ahead.
As Octavia retreats, slowly fading into the distance, she quietly adds,
And in your journey, finding answers about fate, too.
So like what happened to Doris? Ow, ow! Ow, ow! Behind the operating curtain. Is that why you said I'm gonna be lobotomized? An otherwise tidy room is covered in fine scratches and small unidentifiable stains. The smell of disinfectant lingers in the air, mixed with mildew.
Wait here a moment. I'll report the situation and your request to Dr. Merlin. However, since he's always busy, I can't guarantee he'll agree to meet you. But I'll do my best to persuade him.
The jaguar's figure slinks out through the inner
Now's our
door.
chance, Sinetto.
Our chance? What do you mean, Timekeeper?
It's unlikely that the jailer will let us search the central tower, even in this situation. We should take the initiative and look for clues while she's away.
I see, Timekeeper. I will do my best.
Sinetto swiftly conducts a thoroughly unauthorized search.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Recoleta. Without your precise predictions, we wouldn't be standing here now. I haven't yet grasped the connection between the die, your novel, and what's happening in this place. By process of elimination, it's almost certain that your pen pal, Aleph, is right behind this door.
Sometimes I envy your decisiveness, Vertin. I'm sure many people have praised this special talent of yours.
Are you alright? You don't seem as excited as when we first entered Kamala.
Recoleta holds her gaze on the tightly shut door, uncertain whether she hopes it will open now and never again, or ever again.
The all-seeing sentinel of the Panopticon, veiled within the central tower. If it truly is Aleph, I don't know how to face such a terrifying and increasingly plausible reality.
Sorry to interrupt, but... Timekeeper, I think you'll want to see these.
What are
Sign
those?
Erd. This is a letter from Dr. Dorez.
The delicate signature matches the one in the manuscript
Her
folder.
handwriting, it's as beautiful as I'd imagined. Who is it addressed to? Dear Mr. Aleph.
Aleph? Looks like Dorez and Aleph are acquaintances. Or at least, they've had some correspondence. Dear Mr. Aleph, my apologies if this reaches you at an inconvenient time. I am Dorez, pen name Erd, an ordinary inmate of the Panopticon of Kamala. I write seeking your guidance, if you wouldn't mind offering it to me. I heard from the physician, Dr. Merlin, that...
Hello, Galen.
You have the answer to every question. A statement which has been echoed by the idealist and the other inmates. I have something I wish to ask you. What exactly is your role at the prison? Chief Warden? A secret backer?
British yarn.
An
Yeah.
observer who
Most of them.
dominates the prison. Are you
It's-
truly the supreme ruler of the Panopticon of Kamala?
It's usually like if where they are from, that's the accent that they're from, that they will have. Currently, the main character Vertin is British. Their tear open the next letter, eager to read on.
Dear Erd, I do indeed have answers for every question, including yours. I'm afraid every one of your speculations is off the mark. I am merely an inmate who chose to imprison himself here. And allow me to point out that your identity isn't as ordinary as you claim. Why is it that you, my fellow inmate and guest of Manus Vindictae, are so interested in Kamala?
Dr. Doris? A guest of Manus Vindictae?
A muffled shattering of glass interrupts the reading.
It came from inside the room. Do you think they're okay?
The jailer and the physician! What happened?
The door defies any attempt at an answer, sealing all the events
I'm
from
not
view.
sure, but it could be bad. Come on, let's go in and see if they're all right.
The unlocked door leads to another room, more decrepit and oppressive than the last. I really like the sound effects of this game. Like the footsteps, the opening of the doors. Because, like, it gives you, like, immersion. A cold operating table lies in the center, surrounded by scattered bottles and medical
It
instruments.
seems we've stumbled upon the physician's office. I should have known. But is this an operating room? As if this prison wasn't bizarre enough already.
Inside the narrow operating room, the Jaguar reacts badly to their intrusion.
Didn't I tell you to wait outside? What do you think you're doing barging in like this?
We were just worried about your safety, jailer.
Enough. Get out of...
Quiet.
Quiet.
The reptilian complex governs all our fundamental functions.
Reptilian complex.
Our heartbeat, breathing, fight or flight responses, and our territory and hierarchy awareness. Our primitive ancestors, like reptiles and birds, followed such instincts to survive. Through millions of years of evolution, we developed the limbic system. This processes emotions and forms memories. It allows us to feel fear, sadness, anger, joy. Our behaviors are given meaning. Now it's the neocortex that makes up more than 2/3 of our total brain volume. Language, perception, logical reasoning, abstract thought. This is what forms the complexity of human nature. We read, create, perceive. We try to understand both the world and ourselves. We are forever setting goals, one after another.
It's scary.
And all this, these multitudes, happens within the confines of the skull, in the tight folds of the crowded cerebral cortex.
Guys, we're gonna get lobotomized. Who is this?
Is he performing surgery?
Such a delicate and elaborate organ. Were it unable to forget, what would come of it? Can this space, no larger than the palm of my hand, truly accommodate dozens of people at once?
Alas, the physician sets down his operating scissors and needle, signaling the end of the surgery.
Greetings.
Yet at the same time,
Can you hear
the
me?
old machine issues an alarm, signaling that the patient's vital signs are wavering. Hello, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
What's happened to the patient? It looks like he's dying.
Uh-oh. Her anxiety rises as a... Oh my god, I don't like that sound. Goes unanswered. On the screen, the last waveforms disappear, leaving only a constant flat tone.
¿Fracasó la cirugía?
Nonsense. The surgery was a tremendous success. I have erased his debilitating hysteria and restored order to the Panopticon. What are you trying to achieve by barging in here?
What? The man behind the operating table stares at the uninvited guests expectantly, but does not give them a chance to respond.
Forget it. The next operation requires my attention. Jailer, show them out. Bring me the next patient in 15 minutes.
I'm sorry, Miss Burton. I'm afraid you have to leave now.
Recoleta steps forward, blocking their path. There is a hint of pleading in her voice.
Please, just let us speak with you. It'll only take a moment. I have something very important I need to ask.
Her question is not given time to take shape.
Important. Nothing is of greater importance than my experiments in the Panopticon, outsiders. To ensure they continue, the stability of time and schedule is absolutely paramount.
Experiments in the Panopticon. So you really are the controller of the prison, then?
Controller? What an outdated notion. Superficial, really. The Panopticon has no need for such power, regardless of who occupies the central tower, or even if no one's there at all. Every inmate is both the observer and the observed, both wielders and subjects of power. Achieving such a state requires no physical or violent measures. The structure of the Panopticon itself is the mechanism which sustains it. Komala is simply a manifestation of this model. Once I confirm its feasibility and adaptability, this model can be applied to any functional setting with only minor modifications. So far, it has proven to be far superior to any current system of governance in our world. Transcendental. Curse it. Why am I wasting time explaining this to you? Time is running out.
The investigator keenly senses the key within his words.
Dr. Merlin, you keep mentioning time. What exactly do you mean by that?
Really? You need to ask? Even those oily-headed lunatics know it. The end of this era is imminent, is it not?
Indeed, the word that was so close to being spoken.
You know about the storm?
That's what you call it, is it? A storm that washes everything away. You employees of the St. Pavlov Foundation should know better than I. Soon, this era and everything in it will cease to exist. I must prove the feasibility of the Panopticon model before this place is turned to ruins, or something even more unrecognizable.
A storm that washes everything away? Burton, what on earth are you two talking about?
The conversation extends beyond even the most imaginative creations of the aspiring writer.
No one can predict the era to which we will be reversed. I have seen the eras change time and time again. The transformation of this place, over and over. But no matter which era each of these 9 storms, as you call them, has taken us back to, Cordeismo continues to plague this land.
Wait, 9?
Dependency theorists, martyred revolutionists. I've seen them all. You, young writer, are no different from those intellectuals who were swept away in the rain. There is no romance in this era. Only the repeated cycles of madness and brutality. An endless, meaningless struggle. Only in this forgotten corner can we momentarily escape the plundering of the marauders and the chaos they unleash. Although it won't be long before this place is looted by those oily-headed lunatics, just as it has countless times before on this land as rich as silver.
He mutters to himself.
But there is still hope. Even in a wasteland, we may still be saved, as long as I uncover the path to transcendentality. I will find the ultimate answer. Ugh, I've already wasted far too much time on you. Leave, now.
The physician turns away, beginning preparations for the next surgery, organizing his worn-out instruments.
You heard him. Please don't press things any further.
So the jailer knows.
Senor, I get it.
Obviously, you don't want to discuss my novel with me anymore. So I won't insist upon it. All the letters we wrote to one another, all those inspiring revisions and suggestions, I guess they meant nothing to you.
Her voice wavers. Rejections, closed doors, harsh critiques. This proves more devastating than all of them together. Where they're talking the end of times here, and then Recoleta was like, "Oh, so you don't want to read my novel anymore?" I feel like Orianji would fit in this game with the way he speak.
But there's still something I must tell you. Jailer, could you please allow us a private conversation with the No, with Aleph.
Hearing this, the physician stops.
Leave us, jailer. I'll spare these outsiders 5 minutes.
The jaguar turns to leave, her face revealing an uncharacteristic sorrow as she lingers in the girls one last time. This time, she offers no words. Leave. Meow. Wait. Oh yeah, I've heard about this lobotomy thing, and yeah, a lot of there were people who actually got saved, but there are more people who got like never really what they call that, recovered from it. Master of the Labyrinth. Only the steady beeping of a heart monitor keeps the eerie silence at bay.
Dr. Merlin, or should I say Aleph, I don't know why you're using my novel to manipulate the Panopticon, but you need to know that it won't serve your purpose, whether in fiction or reality. You claim that the inmates are both the observer and the observed, and both wielders and subjects of power. How could you be so blind as to not see the true state of the Panopticon? The inmates haven't achieved any perfect order. No, they've devolved into pitiful caricatures of themselves. Performers in some endless pantomime to be watched from the central tower. Even their medication has become a prop to demonstrate the so-called randomness of fate in the theater that is the Panopticon. This farce hasn't made the Panopticon a better place. No, it has warped it into a twisted theater of cruelty, where the sick are denied treatment and left to quietly perish in the dark corners of its halls. And literature has died alongside them. This prison is a monster, born under the gaze of this all-seeing power. Aleph, is this truly the ultimate answer you've been searching for?
The physician suddenly seems startled, stepping back and accidentally knocking over his tools.
What? Are you suggesting that this is the answer I've reached?
Wait,
my
does he
experiment has been a failure all along, and I've been too blind to see it?
Does he have like dual personality?
No, impossible. Foucault's theory is flawless.
Having his life's work denied is something he cannot tolerate. The man searches with the tabletop with feigned composure, but in doing so, he unintentionally sweeps all the surgical tools onto the floor.
I have removed every obstacle to the running of this prison. It is pure, sacrosanct. I have constantly re-evaluated the system, adjusting my instructions to my subordinates to ensure the most efficient maintenance of the established order. And now, you stand here and tell me that everything I've done has been meaningless from the very beginning? That the power model I have implemented has already been replaced by an alternative?
Hindi ka sure. I'm just asking.
No, outsiders. The perfect order of the Panopticon shall not be disrupted. I will not be swayed by your lies. This facility is superior to all others. Nothing here escapes my notice.
Alas, in a barely noticeable corner, he finds a 20-sided die wreathed in black mist.
That said, it isn't easy to work a miracle, as we all know. I shall personally verify it all myself.
Yeah, oh my god. All of his emotions dissolve as he grips the die. The narrow operating room shakes as if responding to him, emitting a distorted screech.
What's happening?
I don't know, Verdin.
Visitors from another era. You have come here with plagued ideologies in an attempt to break the subtle balance of the Panopticon. But did you not notice the tiles beneath your feet? The cracks and water stains on the walls, constantly changing right before your eyes. This room, the previous room, every room, you have blindly wandered through them, seeing them as nothing more than the building blocks of a monotonous labyrinth. But this place was not born from the chaotic imaginings of a madman. No. Every inch has been crafted through the meticulous harnessing of order and power. Every wisp of spider silk drifting in the wind. Every speck of rust on the gallery rail. Every detail of the Panopticon has been built by my own hands. With this ever-shifting die, concepts may be transformed into reality, and ideals into substance. I observe the movement of every entity, the passage of every second. The moment you entered this realm, you too became subjects of my experiment.
What? Field check complete. Move carefully.
Admit it. This is all getting out of hand. Impossible! All is under the die's control. What may appear to be chaos is nothing more than a temporary deviation.
It's okay. I think. Or like he has someone inside him. I don't know.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Please, please let.
Time to check my calculation.
Lambot naman this boss. Ow! Ow!
My responsibility.
It's special, precise, perfect. It is far from perfect. You know that as well as I. Why else would we be conducting this experiment?
And now to return to my long-term mission.
This
Yun na
happened
yun.
when the idealist was attacked too.
To think we've been trapped in a prison fabricated by a die all this time. Did the physician really build all this with such a small, simple object?
The distortion is getting worse. Prepare yourselves to fight or flee.
The situation begins to spiral out of control. Now everything in the room screeches and twists until they become a mess of meaningless black and white lines.
Please, Dr. Merlin, stop this.
No. You're asking for the impossible. Power model of the Panopticon is destined to permeate all of society. Such insignificant interferences could never plunge it into chaos. But it already has, Merlin. You failed. I have not failed. As long as I keep the prison running.
The physician fiddles with the die, muttering baffling and incoherent words to
It
himself.
isn't your power model running the prison. It's the die. It's simply a form of magic, unrelated to the microphysics of power you seek. It provides no aid in your experimentation with power. It's a false hope. A castle in the sky given to you by the military junta and Manus Vindictae.
Manus Vindictae? So you really are working with them. What exactly do you intend to do?
Then I've also failed. I've ended up a pathetic fool, lost in the chaos of reality. Just like the idealists chasing visceral realism, Paracelsus seeking the fountain of youth, and Zahir obsessing over the one-sided coin. When did it all start falling apart, Aleph? When the doorknob loosened? When the prisoner's wounds started to fester? Or when the daily disinfectant concentration reached 28 milligrams? Or the crack in the second-degree brick on the wall expanded to 6 millimeters? Or was it when Warden Tartuffe left Ushuaia with news of the Foucault Association's dissolution? This place should have been the ideal ground for psychoanalytic practice. Why did they halt all research, all discussion? We've been abandoned, haven't we? By eras old and new, he designed and have maintained everything in Kamala, right down to the smallest details. But it is these details that trap you. And as the bars close around you, you are losing your name, Merlin. And you're becoming a physician, a man forever imprisoned in these walls.
Wait, is Aleph the die? Just kidding.
I don't understand.
I'm so confused.
All these false eras are like a dreadful novel with no conclusion.
Who is Aleph,
Trying
man?
to find answers within such things is, in itself, a mistake.
Cause like when you look at the banner, Aleph has red hair.
Much like them, you are destined never to attain transcendentality. Tell me, Aleph, does the ultimate answer even exist?
The die becomes too heavy for him to hold any longer. It drops to the floor. Ow, ow, ow! Stop! It's making me dizzy. The distortions and tremors of the prison finally subside, as if the pulse of a massive heart has stopped for an instant. Amid the swirling dust, the girls help each other understand, but fail to notice the truth revealing itself before them.
Timekeeper, are you alright?
Yes. And you? And Miss Recoleta? Are you okay, Miss Recoleta?
The smoke clears, but no one responds. The named girl simply stares in shock at the figure before her.
You're...
The word utopia derives from Greek. It means no place. People cannot understand the structure of the labyrinth, yet they continue to follow its paths. They cannot comprehend the mechanics of fate, yet they believe in its jurisdiction, as if by doing so, everything will naturally fall into place. But now, the polar night approaches.
Okay, so this is how Aleph looked like.
How good it is to see you, pen pal.
Yeah. So like, are they the same? Are they not the same? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but actually no. The mask in the mirror. ito computing.
Where did the physician go? Wait. Sir? Are you?
No one notices when the unfamiliar prisoner appears. He seems calm and almost ordinary, like an unchanging mirror that has stood here all along, in this room, in this labyrinth, passed unseen by everyone. The answer she now sees plainly makes her step back in a panic. But in the end, she says the name out loud. Its sound is heavy, cold, and leaves her at a loss.
Aleph. It's you.
Right back? Okay.
My pen pal. You are, in fact, in Komala. All those letters. All the ideas we shared. They weren't just my imagination or some prank. Vertin, Soneto. It's all just as I told you. They weren't meaningless. They're all real.
Yet, why does she feel no joy?
So, sir, are you Aleph? The ruler of this prison? Are you the one controlling the Panopticon with the die? The one hiding Miss Dores's whereabouts?
What curious inquiries. Quite different from the last 2,666 questions I've received.
He's hot. I mean, he sounds hot.
My guests, you may call me Aleph, or by any other name, be it a symbol of God's oneness or a farcical epithet. I am merely one of the many prisoners who voluntarily reside here. A single letter in the alphabet of the Panopticon.
A letter? The way you speak is quite different from Dr. Marlin. Still, I wonder what your relationship is with him.
Under the dim lighting, the man looks drained of all
But
energy.
allow me to make a guess. You're Dr. Marlin, aren't you?
I'm afraid that's not entirely accurate. But you may think of it that way. Merlin is a figment born of my mind, an incomplete reenactment. He is me, yes, but not entirely.
Like an avatar?
He, or rather they, failed to find their answers. They fought against their predestined fates, only to be inevitably crushed under their weight. I simply stood by and watched it all unfold. That was the extent of our relationship.
They?
You've already met Merlin and the Idealist. Even witnessed their demise, shackled by the delusions of verses. The Idealist lost his own name. Merlin, too, imprisoned himself within the system of the Panopticon.
Wait, so he's also the Idealist.
I'm sure their desperate pursuits caused you some trouble. Please forgive them. After all, your fleeting encounters led to the demise of them both.
I think I understand now. The Idealist and the Physician are both parts of you. Or, to put it another way, they're your alter egos.
Alter egos. It seems the jailer's diagnosis that the whole prison is mad has been shown to be more accurate than anyone could have imagined.
The physician mentioned Manus Vindictae. What's the relationship between this prison and the Manus?
Visitors from the Foundation. We all witnessed those eras perish. In 1977, not long before the fourth storm, I arrived in Ushuaia. Shortly after, some members of the National Foucault Studies Association reached out to me. But it wasn't just them. An arcanist organization called Manus Vindictae also approached me. Each of them wanted answers. They named me their advisor.
You acted as an advisor to the Manus?
The two parties presented me with a concept and a parable, respectively.
A concept and a parable?
The Foucault Association sought to explore the feasibility of the Panopticon concept here, while Manus Vindictae showed me a parable of the past and future. Day and night, I wandered through endless texts, endless realities, as I searched for answers. And thus, Merlin was born. He was both an experiment and a price I paid. A new concept, a new direction. Pursuing such things always leaves me confined by the limitations of human knowledge. Merlin spent his entire life exploring Foucault's theories in pursuit of that singular yet infinite answer.
What about the Manus, Mr. Aleph? You didn't explain why you helped them.
Explain why? Because they asked me to. Just as you have. I simply worked to answer their questions.
Oh.
So you're saying that, to you, we are no different from Manus Vindictae, and if we ask, you'll answer us, without holding anything back?
Is that not precisely what is happening this very moment?
I like this guy. Aleph picks up the fallen die. It flickers with a familiar, comforting glow.
This is what the Manus gave Merlin. A magical die named the Tear of Kamala.
Pilosopo siya, te. Literal. Oo, I like it.
It was once a gemstone that belonged to a god. At the beginning of the century, explorers plucked it from an ancient gate they discovered in Antarctica. To the explorers' amazement, the gemstone could turn human desires into reality. So they cut it into a die, a symbol of fate, and used it to build a sanatorium, which was later transformed into the panopticon you are standing in right now.
His words are direct, yet they still leave the outsiders perplexed.
Then, Aleph, you really are the mastermind behind the panopticon?
The silent girl grips her notebook, her knuckles turn white from the pressure. Hi, JD. The draft of an unpublished novel with words that only she knows, the countless hours spent at her desk, the self-reflections, the meticulous questioning, revisions, and scrutiny of every word. The book holds the life of its writer.
You said Merlin used the panopticon to seek his answer. What does that have to do with my novel? I don't get it, Aleph. Why would you use my novel to manipulate this place? Roberta, Garcia, Octavia, Pablo, the jailer, everyone. Not one of them deserved to be trapped in a deadly loop in which everyone's fate is already predestined.
What if they're not real too?
They're just like the ghosts in Amalfitano, inescapably trapped within the ruins. Tell me, what is it you really want?
Hearing this, the lonely prisoner fidgets with the die, looking puzzled.
It's not about what I want. It's about what you want. The third line of your first letter. You said you wanted to give the rise and fall of sanity an ending.
What?
And so, computing.
Los registros históricos del Dado de Babilonia aún se pueden encontrar en la biblioteca de la Universidad Santa Teresa. No. Una apertura como esta haría la historia demasiado ambigua. En 1975, en el pueblo de Amalfitano, Sonora, México, ocurrió algo terrible y escalofriante en la cabaña con el techo azul. Todo comenzó con las costumbres peculiares de los Espera, ¿cómo supe todo esto? Necesito agregar un ro para el narrador. El cuentacuentos. Un poeta surrealista de México me contó esta historia. Una anciana entró en el bar al que solía ir en el pueblo. Al mismo tiempo,
El empleado del banco también entró al bar, trayendo la noticia de que una corporación multinacional iba a construir una fábrica de jabón de galletas en Amalfitano.
Espera, empleado del banco. No sabía que había bancos en Amalfitano.
Yuri Penpas, wait. Babae si Aleph. Pero like, medyo awkward yung ano, yung pagsalita ni Aleph. I don't know.
Sí, tiene sentido. Los bancos comerciales son, sin duda, un sello del capitalismo. Gracias, amigo por correspondencia. Antes de convertirse en empleado del banco,
Nasanay ka lang kay
era un
physician.
defensor
No.
de las antiguas costumbres del
Like,
pueblo.
no, the way he
Era un
spoke.
pescador de vinos.
The accent.
Después de aceptar el destino otorgado por el dado de Babilonia, eligió dejar todo atrás. El triste y aterrador pueblo y los ciclos ocultos dentro de la infinita aleatoriedad.
This is our Dumbury?
Qué
Oh, this is
irónico.
Dumbury?
Pero también es realista. Ahora solo necesitamos un personaje contrastante.
What I meant
En el destino.
is Aleph sounds like me trying to speak Spanish.
Una anciana tejedora se sentó en su antiguo taller, girando incansablemente su rueca. Un regalo precioso, otorgado por el
Wait,
dado
Aleph
de
is a
Babilonia.
Aleph is a woman?
Ciega relató suavemente todo lo que había vivido.
Idea brillante, Aleph. Una tejedora ciega no podría haber presenciado el asesinato. Fantástico. En este caso, agregaré a un conductor de burros que es asesinado en este capítulo. Con cada una de tus sugerencias, la historia da un paso adelante. Gracias.
Pwede natin i-assume na akla pala si Aleph.
Pero todavía no veo ninguna
That's a
señal
bohawk.
del final. Es como si no importara cuántos personajes nuevos agreguemos. Todavía falta algo en el pueblo desértico. Le falta una figura clave. Aleph, ¿qué debo hacer? ¿Cómo le doy un final a esta historia?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I've heard this sound earlier too. When we finish a chapter.
Tú misma me preguntaste, ¿cómo le doy un final a esta historia? Me describiste cómo tus palabras se habían transformado en un rompecabezas desmesurado infinito, un lenguaje irreconocible, una colección de información ambigua y una parábola que había perdido todo su significado. La ausencia de un final aún te roe, atrapándote para siempre en ese abrasador pueblo desértico.
Paano niya i-end the story to live happily ever after? Insert Star Wars end credits. Ay, bakit naman?
Todo lo que estoy haciendo es intentar encontrarlo para ti.
¿Estás diciendo que has estado manipulando los acontecimientos en el panóptico desde que intercambiamos cartas por primera vez septiembre pasado?
She struggles, vainly hoping for him to deny it.
Sí, cada vez que revisabas la novela, se hacían ajustes correspondientes en el panóptico. Reflejar fielmente las complejidades de cada detalle era clave para asegurar que la historia
He sounds so
sin
awkward
rodeos.
speaking Spanish. I hate my life. I hate myself.
Estos ajustes los manejaba principalmente Merlin, a veces el idealista, y antes de ellos, Zahir y Paracelso.
I'm weird. Wait, be right back. I'm gonna just look at something. Yung Stop! Yung TikTok. Ngayon lang ba to ng board ka, te? Tinignan ko yung VA. Gwapo pala siya. Kung siya nga yun.
6 versiones de la historia del Amalfitano ya se han desarrollado en el Panóptico.
Eso significa la rana aplastada en el barro, la vaca muriendo de
VA ni Aleph.
el fantasma asesinado en el duelo y los cambios repentinos al dado de Babilonia, todas las revisiones que sugeriste, todas las muertes, el caos y la locura, ¿realmente sucedieron aquí mismo?
The ever-knowing prisoner falls into a long, dark silence. He will not answer a question when the one asking already knows the answer.
Incluso la eternidad tiene sus límites, Recoleta. In the 6th revision, we added the Blind Weaver, an extraordinary figure, just like the paracausality researcher who carries a suitcase that you introduced in your 7th letter.
The paracausality researcher carrying a suitcase? Miss Recoleta, is this character really based on the Timekeeper?
What? Of course not. The paracausality researcher is an entirely different character.
Don't you understand? We're only one die roll away from the ending.
Aleph lifts the core of the indefinite labyrinth. The tear of Kamala swirls slowly in his hand.
I don't... What on earth are you trying to do?
Wait, does this mean like the timelines here are swapping in and out? I don't know. The filament lamps of the operating room dim in time with his motions. Oh, sure. What? I didn't read it. Within the mirrors, another stream of information appears. A seemingly possessed telephone babbles, an old radio sings, a flickering side projector whirs and cracks, a muted film projector spins, a timetable opens, and the dictionaries of countless languages flow past. A room without an exit, an eternal predicament, a prisoner's dwelling.
Recoleta, it is the cycle of fate that has brought you to the Panopticon of Komala in Ushuaia. Now, return to the rise and fall of sanity. Return and become a character once more. You've been searching for its ending. But how could you possibly find it when you're no longer inside the story? I believe that this time you will witness the grand finale with your own 2 eyes. No more sadness. No more loneliness. The answer you've long sought lies in the inevitable final row of the die.
So, the jailer is the bank clerk, and Erd is the blind weaver. But what about Roberta, Garcia, and Octavia? They weren't even assigned roles. They were just playthings, helpless in the face of fate. What right do you or I have to decide what happens to them? To dictate their gains and losses?
But they couldn't possibly understand such a thing, could they? To you, it's just a story. But to them, it is the manifestation of bittersweet destiny.
Do you think hiding behind the guise of fiction absolves you from the reality that you've turned the Panopticon into a living hell? Yes. You're the only one who truly understands the rise and fall of sanity. Goodness knows how many manuscripts I sent out that never received a reply. I was so grateful to you. For your replies, for understanding my novel. Those things were more precious to me than any sunrise over the Andes. Had I known that your feedback was created in such a way, and at such a cost, I would have preferred not to receive it at all. Don't you get it? Even if they don't understand my novel, the people I meet are still my friends. Whether we took a long journey together, or we simply chatted for a few hours, we formed an inseparable, miraculous bond. They're a part of me. How could you treat them like fictional characters? It's disrespectful to my work, and to life itself.
The writer's resistance is so sharp that it cuts through Aleph's carefully constructed labyrinth easily.
But you raised the question yourself. Why do you resist receiving its answer?
He lowers his head, and for the first time, cracks appear on the indestructible mask. Oh, whoa. Ow. Oh my god. Ouch.
They're always like this, aren't they? They throw a question at you, only to abandon it along with the fading of the era. This storm will spare no one.
Hi, Jesse!
You've known it all along, Alice. Only the timeless Panopticon can maintain control. The all-seeing tower. The perfect governing system.
My god, Olaf's going crazy.
What a hopeless fool you are, Merlin. Haven't you heard what they say? There is no need to build a labyrinth when the whole world already is one. Your meaningless questions will be swept away by the tides of time, only to resurface on the shores of our minds once more. We've seen it happen over and over again. Surely you've realized by now that the only true meaning can be found in literature.
How are you,
For
Jesse?
over a century, literature has remained the singular, ultimate answer. This lonely cowboy is simply feeling lost at the moment. Spare us your ramblings, my dear. You're wasting our time.
Enough.
Oh. Dala ang demonyo sa isip, so... POV, dalawang demonyo sa isip ko kung mag-BBP para mag-pull or hindi. Tapos sabay silang sabi, oo. The dye that reflects the heart can no longer bear its weight as it glows from within burning fissures. On the surrounding mirrors, countless reflections of Aleph appear, each wearing a different face. They crowd into the room as flood of ghosts.
Aleph seems to be in a terrible state. We have to be careful. Something isn't right about that dye.
Oh my god, it's going crazy! I'm good, but here is really hot today. Yeah, and where I live, classes were stopped. Cause, I mean not stopped, but cancelled. Cause it was raining. Oh my god, look at that!
Go ahead. Keep the story going. Carry it through until we finally feel the sweet gratification. Your endeavors are doomed to fail. There's only madness in literature and art, not transcendentality.
Wait. What is this verse sub?
La acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Truly villainous moment.
Whatever.
Check my calculation.
Excuse me, bakit naka-auto? It's a feature! What do you want from me? Bakit lima? Huh?
Do I have to do this?
But in other news, I did train with a famous chef yesterday. Let's go! Congratulations! Hindi ko explain yung versatile. Bahala ka dyan. Okay lang. Hindi won't. What? Wait, because it was raining? Yeah, it had been raining since last night until this morning, so classes were cancelled. Saan galing pang isang AP? Yun nga yung tanong ko eh, bakit may extrang action? Bakit naging 5? Sa Recoleta ba yun? Oh, naging 6 na.
Do I have to do this?
Cosmología, filosofía clásica, el fundamento del
This is stage mechanic. Hindi din ako nagbasa ng stage mechanic.
Welcome to the world.
We don't read, okay? Yung versatile, lang, mag-ult yung character na may pinakamataas na moxie, so mag-ult. Pero bakit naging 5 yung action? Ano ba yun? Mechanic ba yun ng stage?
These explorations, these fractures, they're all failures.
May extra
aren't they?
AP si Recoleta, depende sa stacks niya.
In this infinite expanse, I feel nothing but infinite sorrow.
Iwan na Reco double yung versatile. Ay, the chaotic battle comes to an abrupt halt.
Wait! Mr. Olive? Are you human?
Soneto steps back, lowering her glass feather. She's shocked to realize that her opponent has no arcane skills at all. From beginning to end, all he had was a die.
Please hand over the die peacefully.
Wait, Aleph is human, but
Mr.
it's a
Aleph,
limited 5-star,
please stop
okay?
resisting. It's futile.
Futile. Yes,
Ang bilis kasi matapos
it's
po.
all futile.
Malabot yung boss.
The cage of rules. The ideals of literature. Both are futile. Mere illusions conjured along the path to transcendentality.
Yung mahirap na boss, ano te, yung, ano nga yun, yung yung Barcarola pala, Barcoleta to. Yung Barcarola na boss. Gagi. Tagal ko kailangan mong like, basahin yung mechanics. Ano kaya na ba yun? Yung bigla na lang yung bigla, pinakasumba ko yung kay Isolde. Kaya, hindi naman. Parang okay lang ako dun kay Isolde. Di ako bagod ko ilalagay nito sa mains bulletin. Yung Baliena. Okay lang din. Na-auto mo nga yung kay Isolde. Diba? Kaya relevance na ako, yung hindi ko talaga na-auto is yung yung may mechanic siya na yung kailangan same yung type ng mo, yung same yung type ng incantation mo. So, dapat kung attack ka lahat. Something like that. Para makapag-shield ka. Di ata kasi kasama yung extra action dun kay Barcarola eh. Hindi pala si Barcarola, hindi kay Barcarola yun. Yung boss na yung boss na kailangan same lahat yung incantation mo. Para makakuha ka nung buff. Pero lang yun, dun lang sa story yun na mahirap. Pero like after nun, ng stage na yun, madali na lang. Kay Barcarola yun, yung may malaking G-clef. Ay, oo! Ata, hindi ko maalala eh. Pero dun talaga nag-Google pa ako paano patayin yung boss na yun.
They all fear that they're nothing more than phantoms in someone else's dream. That reality will devour everything, including their very existence. That's why they drift further away from transcendentality.
Nagulat ako ba't one hit lahat mga units ko ket may kakanya. Diba? I was also surprised. Like, bakit nawa one shot? Mechanic pala niya talaga yun. Mga one shot siya. So, like, you need to shield.
They couldn't break free from that false dream. None of them could.
Aleph stumbles as he looks up at the storyteller.
Both the physician and the idealist walked toward their own destruction. Just as I expected. But your novel still has hope, Recoleta. Its ending hasn't been written yet. We cannot deny that it may be the answer to achieving transcendentality.
You're not going to stop, are you? Not until you get your answer. Sonetto, we have no choice but to seize the die from him by force.
Sonetto's arcane energy gathers to the tip of her glass feather. At this moment, the silent storyteller takes a step forward.
Enough. I said enough.
Hey, she had been saying enough. Enough is enough. She shakes as she reveals the notebook that has never left her side. Ay, ayun na yun. Di niya gusto mawala yung kahirim. Bakit naman? Oh my god, free clear drops! Okay, be right back. I'm just gonna look for food. Her. Dito ko lang ilagay kasi baka mag-crash. Crash nga yung game. Nako talaga, oo. Enjoy your camera.
Hello, ma'am. I'm writing a report on the critter brawl at Dodger Stadium. The first thing we learn as vigils is to
Kuha mo kami. Yung demanding yarns. The boundary of fiction. Huh? Auto na natin. I will eat.
I'm afraid we can't publish your novel in its current state, Recoleta. We look forward to seeing more refined work from you in the future. Ah, Senor Cruz! What a pleasure to see you here. I'm an editor from the Naranja Dulce publishing house. Could you spare a moment to discuss the copyright for the Bluebird? We're huge fans of your children's literature.
Hey, relax, Recoleta. Look at all the books around you. This place is heaven. You can't get down on yourself. Not here. There's so many writers and publishers here. It's only natural you'd be turned down 17 times. This is just the beginning. Now, which section should I visit next?
Paksiw na isda.
Oh, this brochure might help.
That's the ulam.
Estupendo. An exchange of ideas between writers. Nothing could be more incredible than that.
Nakaming bagoong te.
I recall James Joyce was inspired by a letter he received from
Nakakaano
Henrik
kasi
Ibsen.
nakakadami ng kain
So,
yung bagoong.
maybe what I need is to find someone to share my manuscript with. But who? Tadeo Emasums. Aleph. Averroes. Oh, it's you, senor. Don't worry. I promise I'll catch up on the rent next month. Although I must say, this apartment's hardly worth the price. The cracks on the walls must date back to the last century.
Make all the excuses you want, Ingrid. If you don't pay the rent soon, you'll either end up in that crumbling colonial
Bro.
building on the corner or on the street selling oranges at the
Rick-
San Telmo market.
Recoleta, the oranges. The last thing you would do if you're behind the rent is to insult where you're living.
By the way, Julia told me you lost your job at the textile factory. You under some kind of can't work in one place for more than 3 months, curse or something, senorita?
Oh, you don't even want to know about the terrible things that happened in that factory. All I did was lend the oppressed workers a hand.
Bah, you're just like those college kids, full of hot air. Anyway, I am not here about the rent. Didn't you tell me to watch out for your letters a while back, when you just returned from abroad? Well, here it is, a letter for you.
Well, at least the landlord gave her her letter. Why slam the door though?
Actually wrote back to me. This is incredible. Oh, thank you so much for bringing it to me, senor.
You get your rent, you'll fix this damn door.
Recoleta. It's from, let's see, Aleph. Hey, I've been watching you. You're not local, are you? What are you writing? Oh, hola.
You're right. I just arrived in Buenos Aires 3 days ago. My trip's been a lot like a Copes tango performance, full of twists and turns, but nothing much worth telling, really. I'm actually writing a reply to my pen pal. Long story short, I sent him a manuscript of my novel, and to my surprise, he actually wrote back. Amazing, isn't it? In our recent letters, we've been discussing how my novel lacks a key character to drive the story toward a decisive ending. So we've been debating whether to introduce a new ghost to act as a turning point for the story.
Oh, so then you're a writer? Hey, Pancho, come over here. I found an actual real-life writer.
Oh, this is how they met.
I wrote plenty of poems in middle school.
Oh, so you're a poet. I have a feeling we're about to embark on an incredible adventure together. Are you interested in joining the visceral realism movement?
This what? I've never heard of it, but it sounds like fun.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Fabuloso. We have no time to waste. Once I finish this letter, you two must join me on a journey to Ushuaia.
Ushuaia? The end of the world? Why the heck would we go to that icebox?
Oh, don't be such a downer, Pancho. Just think of the fun we'll have, the breathtaking scenery we'll see, and the incredible stories we'll hear.
Fine, Maria. I'll deal with the cold if you really want to go so badly.
Are they a thing?
By the way, could you tell us about your novel?
Of course. I'll tell you all about it on the way. Now where to begin? Alright, let's start with the cottage with the blue roof in Amalfitano. It's been 6 months since we first exchanged letters. Since then, I've been traveling. First from Chile to Mexico, then from Mexico to Argentina. And I've never stopped writing. I'm not really sure what the purpose of my novel is. I just keep writing and writing. I can't stop. What power does literature hold? What responsibilities? Perhaps only by continuing to write will I understand one day. Aleph, you're right. I do want an ending to my novel. But not like this.
Pau ASMR
You really
wed. Anong
have no
Pau?
idea, do you, Recoleta? The rise and fall of sanity is your story.
What do you mean?
You are a ghost, wandering this forsaken land, still striving to create a miracle. You are a wandering poet, born in Amalfitano, the foolishly brave protagonist of the story, and the embodiment of the author herself.
Ano nga ulit tawag ko sa'yo?
A
Hindi ko alam.
Yes.
Meowpie pangalan ko.
No. You are simply a figment of her imagination, a manifestation of her dream to wander. Have you not realized it? The literary pursuits and romantic adventures you described, they are merely faded memories from 1975. The poets who joined the visceral realism movement with you left Latin America long ago.
Wait, how long have they been inside here?
Faded memories.
As for the novel, it's yours now. A story you're writing. A story about yourself. Your departure has turned Amalfitano into a ghost town. The characters have lost their connection to you. They're gradually fading away. If the novel is destroyed, you too will cease to exist.
What?
Wait. This is... Miss Recoleta. Is what he said true? I know you never lie, pen pal. In your first letter, you told me that a character's role in fate must be determined from the outset and consistently adhered to throughout the story. Reading the perspective and insights of a walking encyclopedia, having such a person be willing to share their thoughts at all was an exhilarating experience. I had never imagined my novel could develop in this way. Words could hardly describe how I felt in that moment. No one but you has ever understood the story of that town, let alone offered any revisions. Following your advice, I added the bank clerk, the dune pescator, the blind weaver, and the murdered donkey driver. Amalfitano was no longer an empty town with a single blue-roofed cottage. The new ghostly residents had begun to fill the skies over it. The story was finally reaching completion. I could feel that the ending was within reach. I became increasingly eager to meet my pen pal. I couldn't get the thought out of my mind. I wasn't sure what I would say to this Aleph. A simple thank you, perhaps? Or maybe a discussion about the future of Amalfitano with its sole reader. Or maybe I'm no different from everyone else. Led up the garden path by fate. But even if I am a ghost, as you say, an incarnation of someone else, a fictional being, so what? My resolve will not waver, even if my existence is bound to fade away, because this isn't what literature is supposed to be. You once told me there isn't an ounce of reality in fiction, only voids and glorified lies. Let me tell you this. Whether real or fictional, corporeal or intangible, I have accepted my existence. Now, let's put a stop to this, Aleph.
Wow.
The inmates aren't characters in my novel. They're people trapped in a prison, just as you are. By simulating my story here, you have made me into some kind of god. A guilty, false creator.
They still be
a
talking.
dictator of fate.
Yeah.
I never wanted any of this.
Ah, my God. She broke herself. Wait lang. Cannot undeploy story character. Anande, I wanna read.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
But like, can you read? I cannot read, but like.
La frecuencia perfecta. La admirable aleatoriedad del destino. Creo que lo he encontrado.
Welcome back. Ano? Ay, nako.
Desde el día en que perdí la vista, nunca.
No. Hi, Doki. Saan nakalagay yung AP niya? Na nagbibigay siya ng AP. Wala naman. Well, we don't read.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Oo nga, baka sa stage yun.
Nuestro aliado es la verdad. Idealismo.
Oh my God, ang wake naman nila. Nag-iwan pa ng isa.
Not a fan of my work, I take it. El camino a ti.
Sa stage lang yun, T. Kasi balik na naman sa tatlo.
Acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Just believe. Kanino tayo maniniwala? Sino ang dapat paniwalaan? Shattered words and ghostly illusions roar forth, breaking free from the story's structure and the gaps between its lines, filled with regret and obsession. Torn letters and book pages flutter in the air, like snow in a crystal globe on a winter night. Everything is quiet.
Huh? Miss Recoleta has vanished. Did she really cease to exist like Olive said?
Recoleta.
Hala, gumawa ng excuse para mag-open ng laro. Uy. Yung here. Harem novels niya. Is it harem or harem? Oh my God, dito yung phone number ni Aleph, guys. Let's go. Ghosts. Busters. Oh, wait. Hindi na siya nagbabasa. On an unknown night. Wait lang. Kalma lang. On an unknown night, the wind carries the cold desolation of the desert. In a cottage with a blue roof, a girl dreams of a circular prison. Then she wakes.
Qué sueño más extraño. El sabor de la realidad, tan amargo y triste.
The filters they have used in this game reminds me of my old phone. You know? Oh wait, not my old phone, but by my old like digital camera where you could play with different like modes and something. Tas bigla ako nilagin account mo, no? Ayun lang.
Pero lleno de pensamiento dialéctico. Tal vez la gente del panóptico reflejaba mis pensamientos internos.
She looks around, surveying the cobweb corners where stacks of manuscripts have piled up to the ceiling and over empty ink bottles collecting dust.
Entonces realmente soy un personaje en la novela. La misteriosa cabaña con el techo azul fue mi hogar todo el tiempo. Entonces, los rumores que los fantasmas propagaron eran realmente eso.
Wait, she changed clothes here. The young writer steps out of her home and into the streets of the familiar yet foreign desert town. Countless nameless characters and ghosts arrive upon hearing the news, filling the roads and skies.
Bienvenida de nuevo a Amalfitano, querida escritora.
Gracias, querido ícono del capitalismo. Pero, ¿no desgarré esta novela en pedazos?
A woman wearing a peculiar hat steps forward.
Amalfitano es una dimensión más allá de la vida y la muerte. Este pueblo es un reflejo de tus pensamientos internos. Es incorpóreo. No puedes desgarrar algo
Muchas
incorpóreo en
gracias.
pedazos.
Ngitong oras wala pa rin magandang PF boring.
La literatura es infinita y atemporal, como un río que fluye.
Ay, hayaan mo si Uncle Vinzo para hindi na mag-work.
No me extraña que seas mi personaje favorito. Nunca dejas de iluminarme.
Desafortunadamente, la literatura es una vocación peligrosa e inútil. Nadie entiende realmente. Ni siquiera recuerda tu
Nangangailangan magsipag. Sa reset na daw.
Los únicos
Hindi pa kami nakapag te. Hindi pa kami nakapag-reclear.
Recoleta, desaparecerás para siempre si dejas a Amalfitano otra vez. Será como si nunca hubieras existido.
Siempre he admirado tu pensamiento crítico, señor. Encaja perfectamente con tu rol.
Kakita ko muna si Eve. Rough hands grasp the writer's palm, feeling at the lines etched into her
Todo
skin.
estará bien, Recoleta. Lo que sea que haya pasado. Ahora has regresado.
Yung Alaris Raid coin nga pala. Ano yan?
El dado de Babilonia rodará de nuevo. Y cada uno de nosotros obtendrá nuestros finales.
The crowd erupts in cheers.
Así es. Resuelve el asesinato en el bar y pon mi alma en paz.
Libera al pueblo de la locura infligida por el antiguo espíritu.
Arregla la aleatoriedad del dado de Babilonia y aplana la frecuencia catastrófica.
The young writer takes a step forward. Everyone, the living and the ghost, watches expectantly.
Entonces, el final que he estado buscando es el que el otro yo no pudo darme. El yo que se lanzó de cabeza a la lucha contra un poder invencible. El yo que finalmente dejó esta tierra.
Nakita ko na yung attack ng boss may debuff na +1 sa kalaban. Ah.
He encontrado mi final.
She grasps the gleaming die of Babylon. Ah! Attack Stellar Blade ng si Chef.
Todo habrá terminado. Mi historia. Mi pueblo. Todo finalmente llegará a su fin. Pero el sueño sobre el panóptico también terminará, ¿verdad?
She stops.
Oh, cariño. Es solo un sueño.
Ah, no me digas que estás abandonando tu búsqueda de toda la vida por un miserable sueño.
Este sueño es cruel. Nadie entiende esta gran novela ahí ni este pueblo asombroso.
The murdered donkey driver is still alive here.
Eres una verdadera escritora. Este es tu hogar, Recoleta.
Pero ya extraño a mis amigos en ese sueño. Existe. Así como este lugar existe.
Pero nosotros también somos tus amigos, Recoleta.
Podrías desaparecer si dejas a Malfitano. ¿Estás segura de que quieres irte?
The young writer puts down the die in her hand. The die that signifies the end of everything vanishes into the sandy wind.
¿Sabéis cómo soy, queridos amigos? He pasado mi vida emprendiendo aventuras tontas y no recompensadas. Así soy yo, ¿verdad? Amalfitano es, en efecto, un lugar ideal. Un lugar para vagar, para un viaje corto y para perderse un rato. Y tiene ustedes, mis amigos ficticios, a quienes quiero tanto. Pero debo regresar a mi sueño y ver a mis amigos ahí. Ellos son igual de importantes para mí.
As they hear her words, the ghosts of the town smiled with
Sí,
relief.
tienes razón, Recoleta. No se puede negar que eres un alma noble y apasionada. Cada uno de nosotros lo sabe.
También eres nuestra querida amiga. ¿Por qué te detendremos de hacer lo que realmente deseas?
Damn, her fictional characters are so cool. Everyone makes way for her as a path into a boundless void
Te
unfolds.
deseamos lo mejor, Recoleta. Buenas noches, querida. Que tu sueño sea dulce esta vez.
It reminds me of that one from Finding Paradise.
Gracias a todos, mis amigos.
Like if anyone here
Nunca los
plans to
olvidaré.
play that game, I'm not gonna spoil what happened, but just this reminds me of that.
I've read your work, Señorita Recoleta. To be frank, it lacks both depth and breadth. This town of yours is still far from reflecting the complexity of society, and the narrative lacks a discerning perspective. It still needs some work if you want it to truly resonate with our audience. Just go for it, señorita. You're at a perfect age to explore, experience, and learn.
Time wheels, and at last, a girl's first existence again within the void. She reclaims her voice.
What's happening to me?
1,000, or perhaps countless, faces emerge before her again.
Of course. The rise and fall of sanity is my story. So, even though the novel's been destroyed, the story, and myself along with it, lives on in the minds of those who read it. Thank you for your feedback, editor. Even here in this great expanse of darkness, I can still hear your words. You have my gratitude. Thank you for reading my novel, even if you didn't understand it, and likely never will.
She navigates a labyrinth of words in an endless expanse of mirrored waters, the darkness surging toward her like a rush of waves on a dark night, making her presence feel heavier.
Honestly, I find your story totally fascinating. But I'm still struggling to understand the connections between all these nameless characters. Couldn't you make it clearer? Like a movie?
Typical. Trust a writer to try to be all obscure and mysterious.
Maria, Pancho, you guys are the best traveling pals I've ever had. Our paths may diverge in the future, but the joyful memories of our journey across grasslands, snowfields, and deserts together will remain forever.
It's been great coming along with you. You're totally one of a kind. We'll be waiting for you at my aunt's vineyard. A little sun after a hard day's work will do you good.
The passionate companions wave to her, never looking back as they continue forward. The girl's steps are no longer weightless. With every step she takes, they feel heavier and more real. My god, she's becoming real! She lingers inside infinite mass in the mirror, the boundless universe filling her with both confusion and illusion.
There is ambition in her writing. It's passionate and poetic, fractured and chaotic. But when viewed as a whole, her work feels like little more than a superficial illusion. It lacks the depth to truly touch the soul. I will refrain from offering further comments until she stops romanticizing her childish adventures. To put it bluntly, her phraseology feels overly deliberate to the point of distortion. Her verbiage is like a collection of vague sentiment bubbles.
Oh. Oh my god.
I see, Aleph. Then this is how you really feel about my novel?
1,000 readers will interpret a story 1,000 different ways. Some believe the text itself is dead, and it is the reader who gives
My
it life.
god, she's becoming real, guys.
The truth cannot be fully conveyed through words alone. That said, I think the rise and fall of sanity is a good story.
Her heart skips a beat. With this paradise that harbors the boundless histories and mysteries of humanity, she finally finds the mirror that shows us whatever.
So the Eternal Paradise is a library of sorts, just like I always imagined. Or is this just another reflection of my inner thoughts? I like it here. It's nice being surrounded by literature. But it's time to go back to reality.
No, my eyes! Oh.
You're right about literature, Doorside Beggar. It is a dangerous and futile calling, but I still believe in it.
Okay, so I thought I was imagining it that she changed clothes, but I didn't. Cause like the hat is different. It was like like you know the majorette stuff. And then I think I think that was, I don't know. 1v1 ko lang si Scarlet. The investigators from the Foundation breathe a sigh of relief together. Ricoletta's reappearance is as sudden as her disappearance. Sunetto hasn't even had the time to wipe the tears from the corners of her eyes.
Recoletta, you're back.
I'm so glad to see you're safe.
And I'm so glad to see you two worried sick about me. Thanks, mis mejores amigas Sonetto y Burton.
The reborn writer turns to the prisoner sitting dejected nearby.
See, Aleph? I still exist.
Amalfitano is gone. It's all over.
It's all over.
I'm simply a wandering ghost now. Never to return home again. You may still exist, but Amalfitano will never get its ending. You've nullified its existence, rendering all of this meaningless. I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question. I've failed once again.
His die falls to the ground. Once used to construct a beautiful dream, now whatever magic it held has dissipated.
Amalfitano and the Panopticon were two parts of a whole. With Amalfitano gone, Komala no longer has any reason to exist.
I'm sorry, Aleph. You, who know all the mysteries of the world, who seek answers to every question, have lost yourself in the process. You can answer everyone else's questions, but never your own. Who's the person behind that mask? Is he real? Does he still exist?
Who am I?
Oh no. The waiting ending to the story leaves the prisoner still trapped in a blurred illusion, exhausted. Komala prison groans like an aging water wheel struggling under its own weight, distorting, fading, and collapsing into the currents of his mind.
Stay vigilant, everyone. This is just like when the idealist and the physician had their meltdown. Only this time, it seems even worse.
I think Aleph is trying to tear down the Panopticon.
Beyond the crumbling walls, a shivering figure is faintly visible. He grips a gun tightly. The barrel shaking in his hands is aimed at the people in the room. Wait lang. This story kind of reminded me of like Isolde having a meltdown when she was like trying to help out Kakanya. And here we have like Aleph was just really like genuinely trying to like help answer Recoletta's question. And then Recoletta was like, no, I don't like her answer. And it was like, oh no, what's my purpose then? Shit, not another Hoffman moment.
Freeze! Stay where you are. All of you.
No. I don't want to freeze. I don't want to be cold.
Take a deep breath, soldier. A writer has departed from her domain. What a garbled mess. Glad we're on the same page. Thank heavens my commander wasn't some kind of literature. Well, it's all thanks to a certain writer. The embodiment. What really rekindled my sense of humor was her seriousness about her literary, drawing strength from her wanderings and rebellious exploits. She attempted. Some would hail her as a battle angel of Latin America. You stand firm in your beliefs, huh? Here. Many, if not all, people foolishly think it's the executioner who drops the guillotine blade. While they're half right, they're substantially inaccurate. Craters on the... As for literature, well, it's probably best not to buy too much into... That said, Books can bite back, and they'll leave scars.
Oh my god, it's no limit tangerine. El filibusterismo. Last two node. Oh my god. We're almost there, guys. Wait, it's only until... Wait. Last three. I'm still at 18. A prisoner steps out from behind a wall, a weapon held in his shaking hand. Oh, it's Garcia.
When everything started shaking, then I realized it wasn't just my imagination. So I followed the cracks in the wall and found my way here. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something's happening to the panopticon, isn't it?
His panicked hands shift the gun toward Aleph, who has collapsed on his side.
Are you the physician? Or is it Aleph? Whoever you are, please restore the panopticon to the way it was. I'm begging you.
Ako mag-math. Hindi naman siya math. Okay lang yun.
You can do that.
Sakto naman lang kasi ginawa mong 20 minus 18, so 2, diba? You forgot na I'm just starting the 18 pa. The mind once created infinity now watches as it folds back into nothing before him.
Why aren't you doing anything, damn it? Why is this happening? Oh, the die. If you won't help me, then I'll do it myself.
The prisoner in desperation lunges forward.
Calm down, Garcia.
Huh? Why are you telling him to calm down? He's about to die if he's following his instincts, you know? Is he gonna bonk us with a paper?
No worries. Time to check my calculation. You won't get away.
Thanks. Can't resist.
No damage though.
Please, could be found. Relax. Awake. Time to check my calculation.
We didn't even see him attack us!
But what does it mean to us? I mean, what does it prove?
Can't he die calmly? I don't know. Can you?
Timekeeper, he's...
Garcia, weakened by his long confinement, is easily knocked to the ground, unable to withstand even the lightest touch of arcane skill.
Why is this happening to me?
Meow be pummeling everyone in this dream. I'm not a drama queen.
I was so close. So close to completing the exhibition.
Can't you see, Garcia? There is no one controlling this place now. You're free. It isn't the die that's trapped you. Nor is it the walls of this prison. It's the rules, and that overpowering gaze from the central tower. But now that's all gone.
They volunteered to be there,
You can go
though.
outside. You can set up your exhibit anywhere you want. No need to stay stuck in this.
Looking back on all that he has lost, the artist cuts her off.
No, Señorita Recoleta. You've seen the world out there. You know as well as I that there's nowhere else I can go but here.
Yeah, that's what yeah. Like, they volunteered to be there, so like their passions, their literature, their art could like form. I don't know.
This is the only place in the world where I can hold my exhibit. And you've ruined it.
Señorita
You've ruined
Recoleta.
everything.
This room's about to collapse. We've got to leave. Mr. Garcia, do you need a hand?
I can take care of myself, thank you. I'll go a different way. I have to go back and finish setting up my exhibit.
I think this just be like another part of like the people like in 37's house. They just went into a party under the rain. He drags himself forward with trudging steps, retracing his path to leave.
Burton, what about Aleph? We can't just leave him here. Of course not. We still have questions he needs to answer. Sinetto, Help me get him up. Let's get out of here.
Yes, timekeeper.
The dejected prisoner looks at Suneta with confusion.
Your words are always at odds with your thoughts. You carry an ocean of questions, yet never reveal even a single drop of them. Why have you never shared your doubts? Why do you stay silent in the face of everything and everyone around you?
I believe in my duty.
The prisoner shifts his gaze to the other Foundation investigator.
As for you, paracausality researcher, you're different from any other seeker of answers. Even on a desperate, near-hopeless journey, your heart holds little doubt.
Perhaps not every question needs an answer, Mr. Aleph.
Is that so?
The prisoner, so used to answering others' questions, seems to have run into one of his own, but unfortunately, no one is here to answer it. Oh my gosh, I don't understand, but sure. That was so quick, though.
Look. It's sinking. Corpse. One that was exiled to a desolate. It's both a prison and a sanitarium. Dregs of society. To be fair, but that may well be a response. Some theorists suggest that they're... But let's ditch the theories and simplify things. And now, the mad passengers are storming the shore. But one can gain him. Just be aware of the ignorant commander who defies a wanderer. Let's dig deeper. Scavenge. After watching the inhabitants of this earth, madness is a side effect of the sedative. This is a war between madness and soon. Check your 6. The one leaning against the sunken ship. Showing no sign. The seawater has flooded his windpipe and he's in his home base. He holds no hope for forgiveness from now. Do a 360 and look again.
He tried, and then he easily gave up.
Dear Earth, why are you so interested in the panopticon of Kamala? Dear Mr. Aleph, whether as a doctor or a writer, I simply cannot turn a blind eye to the friction around me.
Especially the discord and injustice I have witnessed here in Kamala. So, I would ask of you a question. Is there any way to resolve the endless conflicts in this place?
To put an end to this, a true ending is required.
Oh my god, look at them. They just need one more thing and they'll be Jesse and James.
Your arrival has made it possible for this simulation to have an ending, or rather, a victory.
What do you mean by victory? I'd appreciate it if you could clarify in simple terms. If this victory comes at the cost of any inmate's life, I'm afraid I cannot accept it.
Nakalimutan ko na yung tawag ng app na sikat dati. What does that app
I
do?
also have another question for you. If I leave, will the stories and conflicts here come to an end?
Miss Grace of Manus Vindicte will grant you passage. But in any case, the cycle of history will continue to repeat itself in this prison. And in the entire world. The sins of humankind will not cease until veins turn to wires, flesh and bone to geometric shapes, and the world around us twists in the colors of an oil painting.
I must say, your words have left me rather baffled. Fragments of the events you describe often appear in my dreams. Could it be that these things really happened?
Yung may mga pausong filters. Ay, hindi ko alam yun. Daya ni Scarlett. One hit na lang may sabay blink strike. Mag-reverb ka. Hello? Kusulo. Grabe naman to. Ako pa dinamay mo sa bakit ako may punishment? Ikaw naman yung nag-fail. Ano ba yan? Loko din. Go, Scarlett! Wag mong panalunin to.
If that's the case, why can't I recall the details? Why am I left with only disconnected pieces? The madness in Kamala. These bizarre dreams. I must put an end to them. What have I forgotten? Has someone or something altered my memory? I can't shake the feeling that something crucial to me has been lost in the river of time. Some kind of duty, perhaps. What should I do? How can I recapture what I have lost?
I won't answer a question that already has an answer. One given to you by the person who escorted you here and made you a promise. You're so close to the place where the truth lies. Think carefully. Why are you here?
Huh. Why is she there anyway? And where is she
letters
now?
we found have answered a great deal. But there's still something that isn't clear. Mr. Aleph, what exactly did the Manus promise Dr. Dorez?
An era. A chance for her to remember her duty.
An era? You helped her leave the Panopticon in the end. Where did she go?
Momentarily roused from his dream, the prisoner looks blankly for a moment before his gaze turns back toward a distant illusion.
Southward. There, on the no man's continent, Manus Vindictae is preparing to recreate the parable of the past and future. A glorious past and a glimmering future belonging to Arcanus. Dr. Dorez is deeply connected to this particular parable.
What exactly are the Manus planning to do in Antarctica? And why would Dr. Dorez go there voluntarily?
The information revealed stirs unease in the hearts of the investigators from the Foundation.
Mr. Aleph, when did Dr. Dorez depart?
It was a day when both the clouds and sun were visible.
A day when both the clouds and sun were visible. Could you be more specific?
Pacific? You mean the time of day?
His mind long ago lost a sense of time, a necessary exchange to make room for an infinite cosmos of words. He once again finds himself without an answer.
When both clouds and the sun were visible.
Hey, Verton, I think I know. It was 3 days ago. Then Dr. Doris wasn't going to Comala on the day I met her. She was leaving. She was headed to Antarctica.
Oh.
It was cloudy that afternoon, with a brief spell of sunshine, just like Aleph described.
Then it hasn't been long since she left. Excellent news.
3 days. If we set off immediately, we might still catch up to her. But based on the intel we gathered in Ushuaia, Manus Vindictae bombed the entire port 3 days ago. Clearly, they wanted to prevent any interference from the Foundation. It's unlikely we'll find any functioning ships there. I'll report the situation to the Buenos Aires branch. Timekeeper, I'm afraid we'll have to find another way to get there.
I have a boat.
Eh? A small boat gifted by Manus Vindictae. During the past several storms, he has taken this boat, traveling to Antarctica at Manus Vindictae's invitation to evade the
Could
reversion.
you lend it to us? The situation's urgent, Mr. Aleph.
Ang pangit lalo sabihin, so oh my god, I thought our electricity will go off all of a sudden. Ang pangit lalo, like, what if Aleph was like, I have a boat, but you can't have it. I'm just saying, I have a boat. Beneath a decrepit lighthouse, a battered little boat bobs in sync with the waves. It is small and fragile, not a count that seems capable of braving an icy sea.
This boat will automatically take you to McMurdo Port, the landing point Manus Vindictae established by the shores of the Ross Sea.
Soneto eyes the boat with skepticism, rightfully disrupting this advisor of Manus Vindictae.
This looks like Manus technology. Its arcane energy source is highly unstable. Timekeeper, I suggest we wait for support in Ushuaia.
I don't usually agree with Soneto, but I have to admit, I don't have much confidence that a boat this small can actually make it to Antarctica.
May barko ta sabihin full tank, pero enough lang para ma-stuck sila sa gitna ng dagat.
Mr. Aleph, do you know anything about Manus Vindicte's ritual? How far has it progressed?
Time is up, mga bebe. Ayun.
The ritual could begin at any moment. I believe that's why they left Kamala. Upon departure, one of their members, a woman named Grace, told me they would seal off the sea.
Are we too late?
If you wish to find Doris, you must follow the same path she took.
The distant drone of the raging waves filled their background like a repeating omen.
I see. Mr. Aleph, members of the Foundation branch will arrive soon to evaluate your condition. I hope you'll answer their questions with the same patience you showed us. Thank you. Soneto, let's go.
They're just gonna leave him there?
Yes, Timekeeper.
As always, Soneto keeps any mission irrelevant queries to herself. The girls preparing to set sail turned to the young writer beside them.
Thank you for your assistance too, Recoleta. Perhaps you'll consider joining the...
A thunderous crash echoes from behind them, the sound of a collapsing building.
What was that? It came from the Panopticon.
Anya. Is it... wait, what? What? Did he... Huh? Wait, there's no... star right there. In the place of my ashes. Oh my god. Wait, are we at the last? This is the last one, right? Blazing flames reflect in their eyes, just like the name of this island might suggest. A winter night stands sentinel over a great conflagration as every brick of Kamala prison crumbles and falls. Secret? Ano secret ka dyan?
With Aleph's control gone, Kamala is collapsing. The inmates aren't even real criminals, are they? And they're still in there with no clue that they're no longer being watched from the central tower. We have to go tell them. We have to get them to safety.
Yes, we should help them get out. At least until support arrives. But... the Manus ritual...
The battered boat sways within their sight.
Don't worry. I'll go alone.
Huh?
You should hurry. When this is all over, I'll write to you, my dear friend.
My 5 nodes pa pala.
During this journey together, our teamwork has been impeccable. So, you can trust me to do this. I'm not doing it just to help you or the organization you represent. I'm doing it because the inmates are my friends.
Okay, I trust you. Take care of yourself, Recoleta.
But if the storm truly is imminent, as Dr. Merlin said, then, Miss Recoleta, you...
Soneto, more familiar than anyone with the Foundation's exhaustive regulations, has no ready answer. She knows that, in this era, before those arcanists who remain ignorant of the truth, she must watch her words.
I don't quite understand what this storm is all about. But don't worry. A brand new adventure is the best thing that can happen to a writer. And I doubt it'll surpass the epic adventures we've shared over the past couple of days. I'm going to write everything, including the two of you, into my new novel.
Then I'd like to be the first to read this new novel, if that's alright.
Of course. Listen, I believe literature is like an endless, timeless river. So we'll meet again someday, somewhere. Probably in someone else's story. Who
My
knows?
god, this is a death flag! Ang dami namang payong in order ni Bertin, but di siya magbigay ng isa sa kanya. Knowing Recoleta, I think Recoleta will just give it to someone else. She takes one last look at her friends, feeling a longing as if they'd had known each other for decades. Then, without a backward glance, the girl sprints back to the burning ruins of the prison.
Adios, mis queridos amigos.
Ah. Cutscene! Why are they having this music while Komala is burning? Why is it so like we're what? It's burning. Why are we hearing coffee shop music? Okay. Ay, wag. Grabe ka naman. Oh my god, it's a fest! Oh, why are they dancing? Who is this guy? He's hot. What the fuck? Yeah, Octavia's laying. Swerte din nakalding nga si Octavia. Di ba? Sino yun? Di ba na pinakita? Damn. It should have been me. Gagi. All the visitors depart one after another. Amid a distant echo of singing, the creator of his prison stares into the fire as it burns. The moment holds for a time until a breathless jaguar appears at the dock's edge, staring at a human before her with uncertainty.
Dr. Merlin, you're Dr. Merlin, right? I finally found you. What on earth happened in the central tower? Right after I left, the whole panopticon started collapsing. The tower's in ruin. I've been looking for you everywhere. Please, sir, come with me. It isn't safe.
That won't be necessary. The snow is still falling, yet everything in the labyrinth has already gone up in flames. Fortune, fate, karma. They're nothing but a ridiculous joke. It's over, Jaguar. You have lost your memories, your identity, your name, and now your title. You are no longer a jailer trapped in the panopticon.
I don't get it, Dr. Merlin. What are you talking about?
The jailer takes a step back, her predator instinct sensing the danger in the words to come. The damage may not be physical, but it threatens to shatter what little faith she has left to hold on to, and the life she has always known.
I'm going back to Komala. Order must be maintained. The prisoners mustn't be allowed to escape. Please take care, Dr. Merlin.
Nerves torn between panic and hesitation, the jailer at last turns toward the searing flames.
Hey, you! Don't run off like that. It's dangerous.
No one heeds her cries. One prisoner after another flees in terror, escaping the crumbling labyrinth.
Deserts! Storms!
We dream on
The jailer drifts through the raging scene, unable to steer a sensible course. At last, she pins down a frail and powerless prisoner beneath her weight.
Stop! Get off me! Let me go! Are you blind? The panopticon is falling apart!
It's you, Roberta.
The jailer recognizes the prisoner under her grip. Roberta, a kind and quiet prisoner, always well behaved, now panicked and desperate to escape.
They are all bad! I knew it! They've been insane from the start! The whole place is burning to the ground and they still won't leave! They're still talking and talking about things that no one cares about. I can't help them. I never understood what they were talking about. The rhythms, the fractions, the ideologies. Yes, the people were nice. The idealists too, but I've had enough of this business. I've had enough of the panopticon.
Wait, just not like a writer in the first place? She collapses onto the ground, sobbing.
I never should have joined this movement. It was all meaningless from the beginning. I want to leave this place. Go to Spain or France. Anywhere but here. I want to go back to Magdalena.
Mr. Fujin, hello! Hydrate. The jaguar releases her grip. Without a backward glance, Roberta leaves. Hi, how are you? The jailer steps back into the circular structure, structure she knows as her only home. Oh. Still singing. Actually, it's more eerie this way, that it's burning and they singing like this. Oh yeah, it's still like the rain thing though. Under the night sky, she sees Komala prison glowing like a brilliant bonfire. Yeah, this time it's... Last time it was rain and this time it was fire. Oh my god. She hummed to it. "3 days ago." Okay.
But how does literature make you feel?
As though I'm a kid looking through a kaleidoscope for the first time. Well, maybe that's not the best way to put it. Perhaps something a little more subtle.
The young writer drowns in a vortex of words as a blind woman walks away. She walks silently toward Komala prison, arriving at a dock hidden between the cliffs and reefs. There, the prisoner who answers all questions awaits her arrival.
A ship sailing to an unfamiliar land, a parable of the past and future, an era that once existed and is yet to come. Is this the answer you've provided, Mr. Aleph?
No, Erd. You will have to find this answer yourself. No one can help you with this. No one.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Aleph. I will remember what you've told me.
I don't remember anything. So the Platonic year... What's a Platonic year? Worlds out new, right, and wrong. Worlds in the old instead. All men are dancers in their tread. Goes to the barbarous clangor of a gong. Leeg ni Soneto. Ano problema mo sa leeg ni Soneto? Ganda nung battle. Ay, congrats, T. Ala, di... Ha! Ano raw? Di ko maansi pa rin yung haba ng leeg ni Soneto. Sakto lang naman. Same lang kaya sila ng height ng leeg ni ano kanina, ni sino yun? Ni Vertin. Grabe naman ko sa leeg ni Soneto. Oh, bili-bili tayo dyan. Ay, bakit isa lang? Opo lang. So, natuwa ka ba? Ano? Hindi. I'm confused. Pero ano kasi, confusing pa siya kasi start pa siya ng bagong ano nila, diba? Bagong story.
Dialing Xiangliang isn't an order. It's a communication. Like,
Yung suot niya kasi
knocking on
nagmumukhang
someone's
mahaba
door
dito ulit kay
before
Bertie
entering.
Pirata.
Oh, and no need to worry about it.
Intro pa din kasi siya, te. Intro pa siya ng, ano, ng... Tawag yan.
It wasn't easy to arrest that woman.
Intro pa siya ng new arc. Pero hindi siya intro eh. Kasi meron ditong mas interesting pa yung last evenings kaysa sa main chapter. Anong last evenings?
Dialing Xiangliang isn't an order.
Ay, yung Calabar Carola?
It's a communication. Like,
Ay, oo,
knocking
yun
on someone's
maganda.
door before entering.
Yung Kalafatutu, di ba? Tapusin mo yung limbo. Ayoko nga. Coca-Cola. Sino yung Coca-Cola? How pretty. Teka nga, sana si ating ano? Sana si ating Recoleta. Ayan.
Virgin abrió la puerta de golpe.
Ito yung nasa dream niya na namit eh, yung ano. Nag-swap ng colors yung ano niya, yung pambaba. Carry bells. Barcarola. Yan, tapos na yung stream mga te. Gawin natin. End stream na tayo. Bakit mas mahaba yung ano? Mas mahaba yung first 9 chapters kasi yung last 11. Tenball nga. Ayoko. Baka manalo ako ulit. Charot lang. Pilingera. Meron pa story yung farewell. Raya Shiki. Ano yan? Ayun, ito? Te, nagawa ko pala siya, te. Hindi ko alam paano. Hindi ko maalala yung story niyan. Actually, hindi naman tatapos. Yun nga eh. Hindi ko nga siya tapos. Kaya hindi ko din siya maalala. Baka nag-skip ako. Ewan ko. Ko alam. Oo, baka nga in-skip ko lang tapos nakalimutan ko na naman.
Just be careful.
Yung boses talaga ni Kuya pag
Mission accepted.
si ano, pag naglalaro ka ng Valorant, si Kuyang ano, Cypher. Skip enjoyer. Kaya Main chapter lang yung hindi ko talaga na-skip eh. Only for na binili yung skin, Pavia. Ano mga skin? Ano skin ni Koya?
Come in. It's fine. Just be careful.
Ito ba? Ito ba binili mo? Ay, ang hot niya dito, Facts lang. Ang hot niya dito, I don't blame you.
Hang your clothes immediately after taking them off and iron them before.
Ito. 10 summons guarantee a 5-star or higher character only once. So like yung first, yung first summon mo, guaranteed yung 5-star. Oh. Iba ba yung ano nito? Tenpol. Tulog na ako nung 1.5 kaya nung alat ng first debut ni 37. Ano nangyari kay 37? Diyan ka na lang mag-pull sa may discount. Palitan mo si Milania. Sino ba? Bakit palitan si Milania? Problema mo kay Milania. Ay, akala ko may Milania. Wala akong Milania. Lumabas na star icon, binigay Regulus. Alam mo, I started playing with Milania banner, but I didn't pull. Wala lang. Or I think I tried, but yeah. Chance mo na, sige. 1 pull lang naman, diba? Oh, diba? Wala, okay na yun. Oh, GG's guys. Pang Reco team na din. Reco team ba siya? Di, tama na yun. Sakto na yun. Naghihintay tayo ng Fatutu, guys. No. Tama na yun. 110 pull lang.
Oh, and no need to worry about it turning me down anymore.
Kala nyo mananalo, ha? No.
Than it used to be.
Diyan na nga kayo. May Medusa. Next patch. Sino si Medusa? Tas nasa scam banner si Fatutu. You know what? I didn't know about scam banners. Like, what's a scam banner? But I did get scammed when there was like, the picture was Tuesday. And I was like, oh shit, I need Tuesday for my poison team. And I kept pulling until Uncle Beans was like, that's a scam banner. I was like, what the frick is a scam banner? And then I end up getting Jay. I freaking get Jay. And then what do you call that? Tuesday banner comes back this patch, and then I pulled, I got Villa. Yung dalawahan. Yun ba yun? Yung si Jay at saka si Tuesday. Gagi, hindi ko talaga alam na nandun si Jay. Kasi ang laki-laki ng picture ni Tuesday. Gagi. Di nagkikerry ang PT. Tapos pag panalo ka, 50-50 ka pa kung sino makukuha daw. Yun! Yung si Jay at saka si Tuesday talaga. Gagi talaga yun. Akala ko, uy, guaranteed na ako magka-Tuesday. Kasi banner ni Tuesday. Like yung diba? Yung banner ngayon. Ito. Guaranteed to, diba? Si Tooth Fairy. I mean, not guaranteed, but oo. Kasama ba siya sa banner? Ano ba? Time limited banner. Naki-carry over ba to? Sorry naman, Jay. Pag nag-Euphoria 4 na Babel. Eh, wala. Hindi ko alam ay, yung Babel ko. Sana si Babel? Wala na si Babel. Ito. Wala pang Euphoria. Ay, binibuild pa ba tayo? I-build mo na. Baka si Babel pero di ko pa na Euphoria. Wala pa tayong wala tayong funds for Euphoria, te.
You are always welcome.
Wala atang tayong gamit, di ba? Kasi hindi naman... Walang materials. 4 lang yung key. Rerun banner yun pag may yung mga pangalawa. Na isa lang. Okay. Gawin mo na yung 100 meters. Yoko. Ayun lang, 4 na susi. Kasi sino bang na-euphoria ko dito? Ito, may euphoria. Si Eternity. Sino pa ba may euphoria dito? Ito, si Jessica, may euphoria din. Meron ba? Si Semel ko, hindi. Si Sodi B. Ayun. Silang tatlo yung na-euphoria ko ata. Si Medpok. Hindi ako nag-euphoria kay Medpok ata. Na-euphoria ba? Wala Ay, pati pala si Jessica na euphoria mo. Oo.
I just passed out.
Di mo habol yung mga libreng euphoria nung 2.4.
Take the notebook on the desk and write down what I said.
Paano libre? Paano naging libre? Ang minax mo yung si Sotipe, di ba? O si... Wala nakamax dyan! Wala naman nakamax na yung 4. Teka, tingnan ko
It's always good to have you here.
Level 1 lang. Level 1 lang sila lahat.
Suffered a loss.
No, level 1 lang. May mga libreng material na pinamigay. Libre kasi kaya mo upgrade hanggang max. Pero isang character. Hindi ata. Kasi what I did was like I upgraded multiple. So, yeah. Gawin mo na lang yung myth manifest. No. May mga susi doon. Ang kasakit sa ulo mag-isip, mga te. Uncle Beans, paki-manifest. Ano ba yun? 100 100 meters. Ayoko. Wala. May anjo ka naman ni. May anjo nga. Pag sinipag ako, try ko yung 100M sa characters mo. Sige! Sana sipagin ka, pero mag-work ka muna. Si Anjo naman, nagdala sa akin ng 100M. Sinong team mo kay Anjo? Kay Anjo Nala. Walang nagre-reverse 99. Wala ba nagre-reverse 1999 yan? At hindi ko makita. Ewan, basta pinag-prepare ko lang ng star or mineral. Oh, I'm looking at someone. They're playing it. They already have Aleph. Oh. Wala man lang team si Calabona sa... Di ba? Asawa ko pa naman si Calabona. Tapos, nawala agad siya sa meta. Nainis ako. My God. Kinalimutan si Calabona. Diba? But yeah, I have to end stream na po, mga T. Thank you for watching today's stream. We're gonna be raiding someone else streaming right now. I don't know them personally. I hope. Aga pa. Hindi. Hindi pwede. Anong hindi pwede? Pwede na. Anong plus 3 hours? No. Friend mo? O sige, dahil sabi mong friend mo siya. Go. At least hindi na ako matakot. I'm scared to nag-end si Mio ng 10 p.m. Kahapon nga 10 p.m. din yun. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Marvel Rivals. Oh, wait, they changed what? But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. The Nintendo Switch stream. Let's go. Yeah. Bye bye. Oh yeah. Schedule this on Discord channel. Bye. Love kayo ni Mio as a friend.